Hello, welcome to Messed Up Mentors. This is Python for All PY4A. In today's video, we'll continue our object-oriented programming series. This is part 5. And today we'll be talking about mixins. A mixin is a class that provides a specific set of behaviors that can easily be incorporated into other classes. Unlike traditional inheritance, where the base class defines the structure and behavior of the derived classes, mixin focuses on providing additional features that can be combined with multiple classes. I will demonstrate that with this next example 5, which is a continuation of where we stopped in our last video. So today I have a class of rectangle, okay, which I've defined the argument, the length, and the width. And I implement two methods here, which is the area, okay, and the perimeter. And next, I have another class, which is also a plane shape, this time around a square, that inherits from rectangle, okay. And then I define the method. Of course, the square has equal length of sides, and so I just take a single length. But I call the super and initialize passing length and length and argument. Why is this so? Because the parent class that I'm inheriting from takes two parameter length and width, but the length and the width of the square is the same, and so super. And notice also that in the square method, I did not implement any other method, so I allowed the square to inherit the area and the perimeter from the parent class, which is rectangle. And so next, I want to define another class, which is totally a non-cooperative class from the square or the rectangle class. The square and the rectangle are plane shapes, but I have another class which is a solid shape like cube. And so I want to find the volume of the cube. It's quite difficult to do that with plane shape, almost definitely impossible. And so I have to define a class known as volume mixing. This is where the concept of the mixing comes in. Now, it ends with the name mixing. So, and as we have just defined earlier, that what the mixing class does is just to provide a specific behavior that allows us to incorporate other them into other classes easily. In the mixing class, I simply define the volume, okay, and it should return self.area multiplied by self by height. So this area and height should be derived from any class that is inheriting the mixing class. So now I'll define a fourth class, which is cube, that inherits from mixing volume and square. Mind you, square inherits from rectangle, and then it inherits the area, and then also you can, instantiate the height to be the length. So I instantiate just the length of the cube and then call super and init length. Why am I calling length? Because I'm inheriting from square and square takes in just one input parameter length, and which also inherits from triangle that pass in length and length. So that's just a hierarchy, the method resolution order. And then here I'll also instantiate the height to be equals to length. The reason is because the mixing volume requires self.height, and that height is also the length of one side of the cube. Also, the cube has total surface area. So all I need to do is to define the face area of one. So if I want one face area, I'll simply call super dot area. So super dot area makes a call to the method that you have inherited from square, of which square itself inherited that directly from rectangle. In the same vein, I define another method, total surface area, and that will become super dot area multiplied by 6 because we have 6 faces. So notice that in cube I have not implemented the volume method because already that is being done by the volume mixing, and I can actually call that method. So let's show that here. I instantiate cube object and the class a cube of 4. Let's print the perimeter. Find in the cube there was not perimeter implemented, right? But because it inherits from square and square inherits from rectangle, and in rectangle we already have perimeter implemented, we can access that method likewise. So I will print the perimeter, print the surface area of the cube, the face area of the cube, and the volume of the cube. And what do we have? It returns there is a traceback error. Yes, the error is because I actually did not run this class here, so we don't have cube in our name space. So if I run this again, the error is gone. So the perimeter is 16, the surface area is 96, the one face area of cube is 16, which is correct, and the volume of the cube is 64. Likewise, if you change this parameter to 10, what happens? The result totally changes. And next, we'll also look at a similar case, but this time around, I will use the same code structure, right? Um, Define volume mixing, but I want to bring in another class triangle. And in the class of triangle, you notice class of triangle is totally different from also a plane shape, different from square and rectangle. And so I define the method I want. It has a base length and height. The area is different from the area of the square, and so I implement the area here. Instead of using this, oftentimes it's best to do zero point 0.5 multiplied by that and that. Okay, now instead of implementing this in this volume, the best method is to put this in bracket this way and then divide by 3. Okay, now that's my volume mixing here. My volume mixing simply defines the volume of the shape. The shape I'm targeting is a right square pyramid. Okay, and so it should inherit from triangle because one of the faces is made of a triangle, the base is a square, and then it takes the volume method from the mixing class. So this mixing class allows the right square pyramid class, which is a solid shape, to work cooperatively with the plane shapes triangle and square takes from rectangle. That's also the hierarchy. So here, of course, the right pyramid shape has a base length and a slant height. I will initialize that, call super of base. The idea of this is because the triangle class that it inherits from takes a base length and a height. So the base length is base length and then the height is the slant height. And then I'll call self.length equals base length and self.slant height equals slant height. The reason why I've called this is because I want to compute the total surface area. In this case, it's totally different from the way it was computed in the previous example. So I define the surface area, or what you can also call the total surface area. And so first of all, call the base area with a super call to area. Okay, that will call the area in the square method, which is actually implemented in the triangle method, not square. Okay, and notice here also that in this case I overrode the method perimeter, which I inherited from the triangle as this. The reason is because for us to compute the base area of the right square pyramid, we need to compute the perimeter, and the perimeter is computed differently. Okay, it doesn't take two parameters, just a length, and 4 times that length gives us the perimeter. Define the face area. Its face area is half the perimeter of the base, and that's super dot perimeter. To call the perimeter method in the square because the square inherited perimeter from rectangle, but it has been overwritten. Okay, via polymorphism. And then we should return base area plus 4 times the face area because a right square pyramid has four, triangled faces. Having done this, we can run this code. And then here I'm calling the pyramid 520 and then print it to two surface area, cm squared. I'm printing the volume of pyramid. Despite the fact that I don't have volume implemented here, okay, in the right square pyramid, but because of my volume mixing, it gives me that additional functionality to call the volume and compute the volume of the right square pyramid. You can as well, rewrite this code, define your mixing, and change the base area probably to rectangle or to an hexagon, and you can rewrite that volume method and then have your right hexagonal pyramid or right rectangle pyramid, and then you can also compute this. This concept here is basically to help you understand the functionality of the mixing classes and that will help you to write your classes to whichever problem you want to solve. Also, we can print the method resolution order. So we call the class rise per pyramid and print it. And then it gives us the method resolution order, which we can see here. Here we have, first of all, implemented hierarchical single inheritance, multiple inheritance. So you can see a mixture of inheritance being implemented here, in addition to leveraging on the concept of mixins. Now, if you don't want to call .mro, you can also call help on pyramid. Okay, help on the object here, pyramid. That will give us a detail of what has been implemented in the class. It will give you the method resolution order. It will also go ahead to define all the method you have defined in the base class, okay, and the inherited class. With this, we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for joining me and stay connected in wait for my next video. Probably will be the last of this series, object-oriented programming, where I'll talk about abstract classes, and then you see the advantage of abstract classes, what they are used for, how we can use them. If you have any question, if there's any implementation you want me to do, also drop it in the comment section. I will leave a link of this notebook in the description section. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and when you subscribe, do not forget to click the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop new videos. I will see you in my next video.